Demoed of what you would do for hockey. Now with hockey, it's upper body focus on arms and chest. Now focus of the chest on the side will depend on which, if they're right-handed or left-handed, so you'll have to know that more too. Now what it has here in your guys' papers is that hockey is unpredictable. Like a lot of clients who have any hurts or anything like that, you're not going to know why, because it isn't actually the sport itself that does most, because they're on skates. So yes, they're using their legs and they're using their shots and that, but it's actually from falling or hurting or somebody hitting them, or like the fights they get into. So you have to find out more about what actually framework wise. So we're going to start with upper and lower back area. So you're going to start with your normal Swedish routine. So we're going to reveal the client. Okay, oil on just like we normally do. And the oil's a little bit cold again. Right, she's nice and warm. My fingers are freezing. She's soaking it up, so we're gonna grab some more. So again, you got to warm that body up. Is there any area that I have to know about?
Just my lower back hurts a little bit.
In here?
Yeah.
All of you guys. A lower back is a lot of people's issue. Okay, so in this one here, we're going to work mostly right the whole main erector spinal column. So this whole area from here that we're going to be working right down. This is our focus in this one. There. No, I don't care. Let's warm up that body. Now you can tell I'm kind of warming it up different because it's this whole area that I have to work. Oh, she's cold in there. You can tell that she gets a bit of sun, but she's also soaking it up, so her body is just soaking the oil up. So put it on as you need to. Again, the body has to be warm. I can't start until the body is warm enough to start. Is that okay, pressure?
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is where you could use the hot stones or the heating pads or whatever too. Okay, so we're going to get into deep palmar glides, but I just still have to get her body ready for me, so I'm just going to warm her up with a little bit of a fanning technique. Is that okay? Okay, so we can divide her into sections, okay, and we can go into the deep. So the first one is never going to be really, really deep. I'm not going to do it hard. Use that table. Make sure you're in on that table. And now I'm going to go in a little bit deeper. Now her body's letting me over here just glide, like it goes fast. I don't even have to really wait. Here, it's fighting against me a little bit, so I can't go. Like my body, and then you can tell when I speed up, all of a sudden it just moves. Okay, so you're going to work that section, and then you're going to get into now also with your elbow. So I'm going to go in from a glide. I'm going to change my own position so I can go in with my elbow, and then I'm going to go in. And when I go a little heavier, I'm just going to slow down. Breathe if you have to. Okay, good.
So I'm even touching them.
Bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to go onto the bone though with your elbow. Like when I get into here, I'm going to back off. And you got to be careful with the ribs a little bit too. Okay, I won't go too hard because they're going to work on it too. Okay, forearm glide out over the trapezius again too, so when you're getting in here. So, transition, you can move, like there's nothing saying that you can't do some kind of effleurage or something to get in there. And then you're going to do a fist glide, the back of the shoulder blade here from the shoulder to the bottom of the shoulder blade. Okay, so now again, if she was a hockey player, you'd be able to feel these different muscles for them also. Okay, and you would do that a few times and then change side. Alright, so next you're going to work the hips again. Is that painful in there? Okay. So we're just going to warm it up. You're going to warm up also the glute area. You're going to work in the sacrum area, so you got to warm up this area in here. And the hips. The hip area for a hockey player would be partly where they really use, like when they're skating, and that would come from that area. Also when they move to take a shot, like as they flex, it would be up in here too. Sides of the hips. Okay, so once that area is warm, then you're going to get into a fist glide, the glutes border of the sacrum. So in here, okay, so again, protect your own body. So I'm leaning, and then I'm first going to start with a bit of a fist glide. Is that pressure okay? Uh-huh. Okay, and then I'm going to move into an elbow. Okay, so from there, we're going to come now out into here. Now, depending, you might have to go to the other side to work this one. It might be easier to work it from the other side of the table, so see what you think. And so I'm just going to come down into the hip. I'm going to use the forearm just to feel where I'm going, and then I'm going to use my elbow. So breathe if you have to. So I'm using the forearm to kind of sense where I'm really wanting to go, and then I can just glide down with my elbow. Okay, and you would do that a few times, and then just kind of, again, just, in case you hurt them, just give them a little bit of love, as I call it, just some different sensations so that the pain dissipates, and then you're going to move over to the other side. Okay, so you are going to sheet the person again, just like you normally do. Oil on. Okay, so the body has to warm up and you have to see what you're going to be working on. And go across. So we're going to do deep palmar. So again, get your body ready, and I'm leaning on the table again. Breathe if you have to. Okay, you can also come across. Now again, if this was a real hockey player, their thighs would be extremely muscular. So you want to help stretch that muscle out. Okay, and then we're going to get into fist and then elbow. And then working into elbow. Breathe if you have to. Okay, and then we're going to be getting into beating and pounding. And then we're going to get into the calf. Okay, her calf is really tight, so we got to warm it up. Put a little bit more oil. Okay, and then we're going to get into deep thumb kneading over both halves of the calf here, the heads. Okay, and then the fist. Now, there's nothing saying that you can't have a pillow under them too. I'm going to pop a pillow just because I'm putting a little bit more pressure. So just make sure that I don't put too much on the ankle. And you can tell because when you're pushing, because you don't want their ankle to be overextended. So just put the pillow there. Okay, and then we'll do a deep palmar glide. And you can kind of just see how now my hand just kind of starts sliding. The muscle isn't fighting me as much, and all of a sudden the muscle no, I'm just doing this to show you, but the muscle is a little more pliable, and that's what you're looking for. Now for this client, in hockey you could work the ankle area, because of course they have their skates on, and so just give them a little bit of work in that area too. Nothing saying you can't give them a foot massage too. It'd probably feel really good for them too because of their boots and the skates. And of course, I like finishing off with the effleurage. Just going to put the oil on. Can we see?
You can see this side really well.
So you're just going to warm them up again. And now, because she does do a lot of weights, you're going to be able to feel this muscle. You can actually see this muscle even a little bit more. And so with it, you just need to warm this area up. Okay, so we're going to do compressions again. So we're going to go down, breathe out. Thank you. There we go. And together, breathe. Great. And then I'll go down, breathe. Great. And then I'm just going to go right into the table. Breathe. Awesome. Okay, so we're doing chest compressions. Now, even with that, see how it relaxed a little in here? So that's good. Now, again, if it's a guy, you're going to have to work this area a lot more. But okay, and then we're going to get into the fist gliding, stripping from the shoulder, chest to shoulder. So just breathe, Alicia, because it's... So I'm using in here and then gliding down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then you would work the other side, same thing. Okay, and then arms. Now for hockey, they're holding the stick. Okay, so they're holding the stick. If this was a real hockey player, of course, warm them up. And if you know, having a man, they would have a lot more hair than a lady would, so you're going to probably have to put on a lot more oil because the hair will suck up some of it too. Okay, so now again,